Welcome back, everybody, for another deep dive. This time, we are taking a look at Snowflake.
Snowflake.
Snowflake, yeah.
Yeah.
Some documents from their recent Q3 2025 earnings call. We have both their transcript and the investor presentation.
Okay.
And we're going to unpack some of the interesting insights about their performance, their business model, and why Wall Street is so excited about them. And just a kind of fun fact to lead off with, did you know that they have over 11,000 deployed AI and ML projects?
I did not. That's pretty impressive. A lot of real-world AI kind of quietly happening.
Yeah, it's a lot more than I would have expected.
Yeah.
So let's break it down. What have we learned? First off, the numbers. Snowflake had a stellar Q3. They had 29% year-over-year growth in product revenue, bringing in $900 million.
Wow.
They're exceeding expectations, always a good sign.
That's great. Yeah. And even more impressive than that, their remaining performance obligations, or as they call it, RPO, hit $5.7 billion.
Wow.
Which is all future contracted revenue. So that's with a 55% year-over-year growth acceleration.
Wow.
That shows very strong commitment from their customers.
Right. So customers aren't just trying Snowflake. They're going all in. And we also know that their net revenue retention rate sits at a very healthy 127%. So that means existing customers are spending more, which tells you about the value that they're getting.
That's a really good point. It looks like Snowflake's growth isn't just solely reliant on acquiring new customers, but also on solidifying relationships with existing ones.
Yeah.
And expanding the range of applications and integrating more deeply into their data operations. It's not just that initial land, it's that expansion.
Yeah.
And this is highlighted, I think, by the massive deal that they signed with a global telecom giant. This telecom is migrating its entire data foundation to Snowflake. We're talking huge, huge volumes of network performance data, all channeled through Snowflake to ensure the lightning-fast mobile speeds we've all come to expect.
Right, right. I mean, this is like mission-critical stuff that they're entrusting to Snowflake. So I'm curious, what's behind these big wins? I mean, is it purely a technological advantage, or is there something more to it?
Well, Snowflake consistently emphasizes a few things: ease of use, faster time to value, lower total cost of ownership. They're simplifying this often daunting world of data.
Right.
It's more accessible, less intimidating, and it just works.
Right. So it's kind of like choosing a tool that just works seamlessly and intuitively.
Exactly.
And then they just don't stop there. On top of that, they're really shaking things up with their adoption of open data formats, specifically Apache Iceberg.
Yeah, this is huge. I mean, open data formats break down data silos. These are barriers that prevent data from being easily accessed and utilized across different tools and platforms. So it's really revolutionary in a sense.
So no more data being held captive by a single vendor.
Exactly. And Iceberg is rapidly becoming the industry standard. You see everyone adopting it, from Snowflake to its cloud partners.
Wow.
And this has the potential to revolutionize how we interact with data, make it much more accessible, adaptable. And it's really part of this larger movement towards data democratization.
Right.
Empowering everyone to harness the power of data, regardless of their technical expertise.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about Snowflake's consumption model.
Right?
This is something that Wall Street seems to be very interested in. What makes it so unique, and why should we, the listener, care about that?
So Snowflake's consumption model, the beauty of it is it's directly linked to customer value.
Yep.
So customers prepay based on their projected usage. However, they're only billed for what they actually consume.
Right.
So Snowflake earns more when its customers derive more value from the platform.
Okay, so it incentivizes them to focus on delivering real, tangible benefits to the customer.
Exactly. That's why Wall Street is paying such close attention. Analysts are fixated on product revenue and RPO because they indicate Snowflake's future growth potential.
Right.
It's all about value, value, value. Their success is inherently tied to their ability to provide that value that keeps customers engaged and spending more.
It's a pretty refreshing approach in a way.
Yeah.
And it seems to be working for them. But let's not forget about AI.
Right.
I mean, where does Snowflake fit into the larger AI landscape? We hear about AI everywhere these days.
It seems like it, yeah. So Snowflake is deeply committed to AI. They have over 1,000, as we said earlier, deployed AI and ML projects.
Right.
And they've really built their AI strategy around 3 pillars: ease of use, efficiency, and trustworthiness.
Okay.
So they're striving to make booting and deploying AI applications simple and cost-effective while ensuring that the insights generated are reliable and ethically sound.
Right. So they're not just chasing the AI hype. They're approaching it with a very responsible and customer-centric mindset.
Absolutely. And to further bolster their AI capabilities, they've recently acquired Datavalo. Datavalo, yeah. And this move expands their reach into unstructured data,
Okay.
which is crucial for AI applications. So think text, images, audio, video, all that stuff.
Right.
That is unstructured data.
So they're providing their customers with access to more diverse data sets that can be leveraged for these AI applications.
Precisely. And they haven't stopped there. They've also partnered with Anthropic. Anthropic, integrating their advanced AI models directly into the secure Snowflake environment. So this allows customers to leverage that cutting-edge AI technology without compromising on security or governance. So it's this ecosystem where customers can seamlessly integrate AI into their existing data workflows.
So they really are kind of trying to be a one-stop shop for all things data, with a real focus on making AI accessible and easy to use. So where do they go from here? What's next for Snowflake?
Well, their ultimate ambition is to power the entire data lifecycle for their customers. So from data collection and storage to analysis, insight extraction, even action based on those insights.
They're pretty ambitious.
Very ambitious.
So what's going to set them apart?
They believe their focus on ease of use, cross-cloud consistency, and robust governance will continue to set them apart. They're building a platform that's powerful enough to handle the most demanding data tasks, yet simple enough for anyone to use. And if they succeed, Snowflake could very well become the go-to platform for everything, from basic data analysis to those cutting-edge AI applications.
It's a really compelling vision, but let's get into the specifics of what that means for businesses and what that means for you, the listener. Let's take a quick break, and we'll come back and explore this data-driven future powered by Snowflake.
Sounds good. So before the break, we were talking about Snowflake's grand vision, to manage the entire data lifecycle.
Right.
So what does that actually look like in practice, both for businesses and for you as a listener?
Yeah, I think it's easy to get lost in the abstract.
All right.
Can you kind of paint us a picture of what a data-driven future powered by Snowflake might look like?
Okay, imagine you're a marketing manager
Right.
for a global retailer. You're drowning in data. You've got customer purchases, website traffic, social media engagement, all scattered across different systems.
That's a common problem, right?
It is.
So many businesses struggle to bring all that data together.
Absolutely. But Snowflake brings order to this chaos. It creates a single source of truth. So all that data, both structured and unstructured, is seamlessly integrated within their platform.
Okay.
And you're able to effortlessly query it, analyze it, visualize trends using familiar tools like SQL.
So no more wrestling with incompatible data sets, spending hours trying to make sense of fragmented information.
Nope.
It's a huge time saver.
Huge. And it gets even more interesting when you start to factor in Snowflake's AI capabilities. So now you can move beyond that basic analysis and start building AI models to predict customer churn, personalize marketing campaigns, even optimize pricing strategies.
In real time.
In real time.
That sounds like a game changer for making those data-driven decisions.
Absolutely. And because Snowflake is cloud-based, it scales effortlessly with your business. So you can handle massive data volumes without the headaches of managing that complex infrastructure.
Right, so no need for costly hardware upgrades. Or like a whole dedicated IT team to manage it all.
Yeah,
That's a win for the IT department.
Yeah.
But what about security and privacy?
Yeah.
Those are major concerns for any business, right? Dealing with sensitive data.
Absolutely. And Snowflake takes security very seriously. They've built a really robust governance framework directly into their platform. So fine-grained access controls, data encryption, comprehensive auditing capabilities, it's all there.
So it's like having a digital Fort Knox for your data.
Right.
Multiple layers of protection.
Yeah.
To keep unauthorized access at bay.
Right.
I mean, that kind of peace of mind is crucial in today's, data-sensitive world.
Yeah.
But how accessible is Snowflake for smaller companies, that might not have the resources of a global enterprise?
That's a great question. And Snowflake is actually designed to be accessible to businesses of all sizes. Their consumption model, where you only pay for what you use, makes it a very cost-effective option, even for startups. And with their intuitive interface and extensive documentation, even teams with, limited technical expertise can get up and running quickly.
So they're kind of making the power of this data analysis available to everyone, not just those with really deep technical skills or huge budgets.
Exactly. And their adoption of open data formats like Iceberg further strengthens this vision, breaking down those data silos, fostering collaboration. It's about creating that data ecosystem where everyone can benefit from shared knowledge,
Yeah.
shared insights.
It's fascinating how they're weaving all these threads together,
Yeah.
Open data formats, AI integration, cloud-based scalability, commitment to security and governance. It's a very compelling picture of the future of data management.
It is, and this interconnected data universe, it becomes even more powerful when you start considering the rise of AI. AI algorithms thrive on these massive data sets, and Snowflake provides that perfect platform for feeding them.
Right, we're talking about a future where AI is just seamlessly integrated into every stage of data analysis.
Absolutely.
From, generating those simple reports to running complex predictive models.
It's really exciting, and Snowflake is positioning itself at the forefront of this whole data revolution, empowering businesses to really unlock the full potential of their data. But it's also important to acknowledge that, Snowflake, despite this impressive growth, is still a relatively young company.
Yeah.
So what are some of the challenges that they might face as they continue to grow and evolve? What are some of those hurdles?
That's a great question. What hurdles do you see?
So some of the challenges I see, well, for one, the data platform market is increasingly competitive.
Yeah.
You've got established players, agile startups. They're all vying for a piece of this very lucrative pie.
Right.
So Snowflake needs to stay ahead of the curve, constantly innovating to maintain their edge.
Right. So they can't just rest on their laurels. What else?
Well, expanding that ecosystem of partners and integrations, I think that's crucial. The more tools and platforms that connect seamlessly with Snowflake, the more valuable it becomes to customers. It's fostering this community around their platform, this network of data professionals who can all share knowledge and collaborate on new solutions.
Right. So it's about creating a really collaborative environment where users can learn from each other.
Exactly.
Build on each other's work. Are there any other challenges you see?
I think another challenge is, staying true to that commitment to simplicity.
Right.
And ease of use. As their platform grows more powerful and it's gonna get more feature rich, they need to avoid becoming too complex for the average user.
Right.
Finding that balance, powerful capabilities and user friendliness. That's going to be key.
It's a delicate balancing act, right?
It is.
You got to empower users with these sophisticated tools, but you can't sacrifice that intuitive experience that's become their trademark. Anything else?
Well, navigating this ever-evolving landscape of data privacy and security, that's a big one. Data is becoming more valuable. It's becoming more sensitive. The regulations around its use are getting more complex.
Right.
So Snowflake needs to be very proactive in meeting these evolving standards.
Yeah.
Ensuring that customer data is protected every step of the way. It's about building trust.
Right.
Demonstrating that commitment to responsible data management.
Right. So, they definitely have their work cut out for them.
They do.
But they also have a lot going for them, right?
Yeah.
A track record of innovation, a loyal customer base, a compelling vision for the future. I think it's going to be really interesting to see how it all unfolds. But let's maybe shift gears a little bit here and talk about what this all means for our listeners.
Okay.
In a world that's increasingly shaped by data and AI, how do we stay ahead of the curve? How can we actually harness these trends to our advantage?
I think that's a great question. It's easy to feel overwhelmed
Oh, yeah.
by the rapid pace of change. But I would say, first takeaway, embrace the power of data. It doesn't matter what industry you're in, what role you play, data is becoming this driving force. Decision-making, innovation, competitive advantage, it's all driven by data.
So don't be intimidated by data.
Don't be.
There are tools out there, there are resources out there to help you. What else? What else should our listeners be thinking about?
Don't be afraid to experiment. Experiment with new technologies. Technologies like AI.
Okay.
The barrier to entry is lower than ever. The benefits are immense.
Yeah.
Think of AI as this powerful ally that can automate tasks, unearth those hidden insights, and ultimately help you make smarter decisions.
Right. So embrace these new tools,
Yeah.
find ways to integrate them into your work.
Exactly.
What else?
Prioritize data literacy. Invest in developing your understanding of these core data concepts.
Okay.
The tools available, best practices for data management. It's like learning a new language.
Right.
And it's a language that will unlock a world of opportunities.
Yeah, an investment in your future, really.
Absolutely.
Any final thoughts?
Just stay curious. Yeah. Keep learning. The world of data is constantly evolving, so make it a habit to stay informed about the latest trends and developments. And that's where resources like the deep dive really come in handy.
That's right. We'll continue to bring you those insights and analysis to help you navigate this exciting and complex landscape. And maybe just a final thought for you to consider. If data is the new oil, then Snowflake is building the refinery. They're taking this raw data and transforming it into something valuable, powerful, and accessible. So the question is, will you be a part of this data revolution? That's all for today's deep dive into Snowflake. We hope you've gained some valuable insights and sparked your curiosity to further explore this amazing world of data.
Until next time, keep diving deep.